Who would like to share first?
I'll get it out
Yay!
of I was just gonna say.
I'll give it away.
Okay,
Sorry,
really have to stand up.
Tell them who this is.
I'm Lori Weber. I don't know who you are, but.
I'm just going to share
So,
her.
But we
I'm
love you.
sharing my ride, and this is gonna make you cry or me cry just because I'm doing this. I'm doing this for time freedom. I am so sick of working a bazillion hours a week. Sometimes it feels like a bazillion hours a day, that I don't get to have lunch with my friends. I don't get to have lunch with my husband. I don't get to go movies during the middle of the day. I don't have any time for me. And I'm tired of it. That sounds pretty selfish, but that's part of my reason why, is so that I can give back to others, not on the time that could be mine. I want it to be during that time. And it's so that I can spend time with my grandkids, go to their productions, watch them grow up, and not miss out on them. That is my why. I'm just sick of the hair. Oh, I love doing hair. I'm just tired of beating on my body with that. I would rather be helping people look pretty on the outside a different way and feeling good on the inside and actually helping them to earn an income. So I just like that. Okay. The end.
Yay, good job, Lynn.
That was good because you talked about family, needing time for family, needing time for you, but also just helping people, just because, without pay. And I was thinking how nice it would be just to do people's hair for free.
Mm-hmm.
People
I like
that
that.
don't get to have that done and be pampered. 'Cause
I
you
do
have
do that,
gift.
but I want to be able to do more of it and not have to rely on so many people having to pay me.
Yeah.
It'd be fun just to say, come on over, everybody, we're going to have a hair day today.
Yay.
And I love the question on here about who will benefit, because Lori, when you are living your why, think of all of the people that will be impacted by that. And I think that makes me emotional when I think of, just in this room alone, as we continue to grow our business and realize our whys, all of the thousands of lives that will be changed because you know, make your why happen.
How many people we can impact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think of your grandchildren, you
Yeah,
think
I
of
don't-
other families' lives, they're gonna spend time with their families or whatever.
I would like to see it while I'm alive. I would like to see how many people, the lives that you can impact. I think about Cecilia Stoll, when we go to the conferences and see that, and you see how many people she is directly helping.
Mhm.
And you don't have to wait until you die where you can't see how many people's lives you're affecting.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can actually do it while you're here on
I love that.
Earth. Just
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Pretty good. Who else would like to share? Don't be shy. Here, you can just sit right there.
Oh, okay. All right, that works for me. All right, you want me to, Leslie? Anyway, I put build a business away from corporate America, and then as Lori spoke, I just kind of added in all the negative that goes with that. So not having your own time, being accountable to that 8 to 5, and then build a retirement income because I just don't have one. And so I guess it's plan B and retirement, and it'd be nice to keep working where I am now, but then have that to sock away and keep building later.
Because you and John like to have, you guys are empty nesters, you can just head off for the moment. You guys went to Jackpot and
Exactly.
you guys have gone. So to be able to do more of that too.
And with all of us, it'd be
Yeah.
nice for all 4 of us to travel, so.
And I know I'm talking a lot, but this is just like you guys are triggering things in my head because I think, okay, think of all of the other people that we all know that are in your same situation. And so it's not even just that you're going to get those improvements in your life. Think of all the people that are stuck in their corporate job and you can offer them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote, you know. Who will benefit? Well, other women looking for something more. Because, yeah, I'm not unique.
You are unique.
I
You
know.
are unique, but there's
I'm not
lots-
unique in that.
a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
just been taught that's what you do. But
Well, and people don't know there's something else out there. I didn't
Exactly.
know there was something like this out there. So glad. Yeah.
all right, next.
Yay.
Yours for you. We've got.
My name is Lori, and my why is to build a team where I get to inspire others to achieve their goals, reach their dreams, and love their lives, and to also give Tori and I the freedom to make different choices in our lives.
I love it.
And you know, it's funny, because when we did this with Anne in August, right? Mine was all negative, and it was, I don't ever want to have to tell another team that they have to do that because I don't believe in it. I don't want to have to go back to corporate America and slit my wrists. But you said something really important to me. You said it was all negative, and I thought, why am I dwelling on the negative? Because that's not what I want. What I want is the positive. I want the team. I want to have other people have their lives and their dreams.
And will you share, because you and I had a conversation Friday, and I was so excited because you have wanted to love your life. Ever since you left Girl Scouts, you have wanted to
Baby.
love your life. Yes.
Yeah.
And will you share with everybody here what you told me the other day?
I love my life.
Oh,
And it's taken a while, and it's not 100% Argonne yet, but I mean, I got an option where I'm doing consulting and I'm getting to do Argonne, and I love it because both jobs, I get to pick my time, I get to pick my calendar, and it just works so great because I couldn't do my consulting without Argonne, and I really couldn't do Argonne without the consulting right now. So right now I get to do both things, and I have a team of people on both sides that I'm getting to lead, and finally, I'm getting to work out, so I love my life. Yay, thank you.
That's what we're after.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm mixing up the Y and the I. But I guess my Y kind of goes into my I a little
It
bit.
does, yes.
Yeah, I'm Carrie. I'm Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi. I just, where do I even start? I, a couple of years ago, got divorced from my husband, and he's a doctor. And I kind of put my life on hold a little bit so that he could achieve his dreams. And I had a lot of dreams for myself. And so when I got divorced, I just kind of fell into a little bit of slump. And sorry, I get emotional.
This is
Okay.
That's what we're, that's why we're here.
And I really, for the last couple of years, have just really been praying for something, to come along that will be fulfilling for me. And I want my kids to see me be successful. They see their father, being successful, but they see their mom surviving, and that's really all I've been doing. And so I guess my why is two reasons. For me to feel like I'm a success, and for me to be able to show my kids that I'm passionate about something, I believe in something, that I want something, and that I love something, and that I have those desires to be successful and to want to go somewhere in my life. And I want them to see me helping people and bringing joy to other people's lives again. And I want them to feel like they can do it too because I am. And there was a time in my life where I got to help a lot of people, and my son was by my side, and it was so fun to be able to take him along and to see him, instill those qualities in him that it is neat to be able to help people and to bring happiness to people. But so that's kind of my why and a little bit of my I guess, combined together. But and I have a beautiful daughter that I just adopted, and not recently, but 4 years ago. It feels like it's new, and I want her to have a mom that's home, and to be there when she comes home from school, and to be able to do those fun things with her And so that is my why and kind of my I mixed together.
There you go. I love that.
That was fun, that, you know, that, you want one that makes you cry?
Yeah, what made all of us cry.
Yes.
I'm a crier.
That's why you're in our Wait till you go to GTC, there's a lot of crime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GTC, isn't there?
You know, I think something Carrie said probably resonates with all of us.
Yes.
And so much of our identity is tied up with being a wife or a mom or different roles we play. And I know that I loved Arbonne because that could be mine, you know? And because I do so much for my kids and so much for my husband and his business, and Arbonne's mine. And I enjoy it. And I enjoy the women and the group. And, you know, to me, it's like my family. It served a huge purpose in my life all these years since I've come here, you know? And so I think that really resonates with me too, of wanting to be successful and teaching your kids. And I definitely am in it for the long haul because I want my kids to see that success too. So,
And then if you work at something, you know, life isn't just handed to you on a silver platter. And I always
Right.
tell my kids that. And, you know, if they see you working towards something and you really do have to work, and you gain with the success, then it's a great lesson for them to learn.
And you know what I love about your why that you shared, Carrie, is we're taught in Arbonne that, you know, we put our whys up in front of us so that on those difficult days or months even or whatever it might be, you look at that and you're reminded so you don't quit, because you look at those whys and you think, okay, is that not important to me anymore? And for you, that's such a powerful one to say, okay, do I not care to, you know, set that example for my children or to have that success? I just think those are so powerful. That was awesome.
And the way times have changed now, like for me lately, I've been in tears because I want my daughter and her husband and my nephew and his wife to be able to go to college. And it's gotten so difficult for these kids to be able to go to school. And my niece came over last weekend in tears because she feels like she's stuck. And one of my dreams is to hire her as my assistant. And I told her that. I said, Corey, I'm going to make it happen. You're going to get to work for me, have freedom and flexibility, and I'm going to pay for your education. So you guys can go to school and finish school and not have to worry about all the debt. And that's like that for so many people in the world right now. Because we don't have the loans and the grants and all of that. We want our kids to have success too.
Right.
So we're not just modeling it for them, but we're able to provide them with some kind of a freedom to get it. Right? Okay, now we're going to talk about the I story. So turn it over.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, because you had some other questions on there, because of course I have more questions than I have.
Yes, I love it.
Or maybe I can ask already tomorrow. I can ask you tomorrow.
No.
Well, ask me tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay, so Dara,
because you're right. We
you
didn't
have
go
the same
through all the
So
questions.
this is my question. So we go through this, which I think these are all really great questions. And then it says, where do you see yourself when it's reached? And then when? And so when I did my when, you know, I want to be a national vice president. So if we put, first I need to be an area manager, then I need to be a regional vice president, and then a national vice president. But I have goals for the AM and the RVP, but how do you go about setting a time for the other? Like, what's your thoughts on that? Jan's like,
That's a good
don't look at me.
Because my goal was to be at the top in 2010, and obviously
2010?
I think you can put any time, can't you?
you can put any time. And there are formulas to do it based on your team and your volume.
It seems like even when people are in massive momentum, it takes a year or two, at least after region, to hit nation. You know, normally, even for those that are in huge momentum. So just logically, I would think place it, you know, don't you think,
I
somewhere a
do.
little bit out there
And
like that?
And I also like the good, great, and awesome goals for timeframes. And so, you know, I think one of the, like for national vice president, since you haven't even been in a year yet, you know, the average time, and I'd have to pull the numbers up, but let's say that the numbers were, the average amount of time it's been taking people lately to get to MVP is, let's say it's between 3 and 5 years.
Yeah.
And I can't,
That's what, I think that's what it is, it's
still?
3 to
Okay.
5 years.
So 3 to 5 years. So you could have a good, great, and awesome goal of, good being 2 or 3 years, whatever you feel, because there's different paces people go in Arbonne. We call it walk, jog, and run. And so if you want to work a runner's pace, then I would say you could put national vice president anywhere from 1 to 3 years in the business. If you wanted to go at maybe more of a jogging pace, then I would maybe put, 3 to 5 years to get all the way to national vice president, and then something other than that. And so those could be good, great, and awesome. You feel good if you got there in 5 to 7 years. It would be great if you got there in 3 to 5, and
I don't even know
or
what it is,
other way
sorry.
around. And then, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
And Sarah, we'll let that question.
And I also love that you shared, Jan, that
It sounded good.
I've done the same thing Jan shared. I've set goals to get to MVP. I mean, I'm gonna be really honest, I didn't think it would take me, I expected to be a national vice president by now. And I set my goals, and I don't make all of my goals each time I set them, but I know that I'm ahead of where I would be if I wasn't setting any.
Exactly.
So, you adjust, and there's times that life happens and you step back, and that's the beauty of this business. And then you reset a goal based on what your life is doing right now. But I think that's a good question.
Yep.
I'm glad you asked it,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people out there are gonna be wondering that too.
And that's what I love about these trainings,
Me
is
too.
it's interactive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So now your I story. So in the I story, this is what you're going to say to people. And it will vary based on who you're talking to, when you're talking to them, how well you know them. But when you do presentations, you actually will cover all of this. And when you meet somebody on the street, like I did the other day, I pretty much I asked her a lot of questions, but I kept my story mostly based on product because it seemed appropriate at the time, because I don't know her that well. And so we'll kind of rehearse some of that. So go through here and fill this out, and then we'll
So
share.
when you say your hesitations, was that my hesitation to join Arbonne? Or-
Yeah, like
Yes,
back
your
in the
hesitations to join.
Okay.
Yeah, like what attracted you? Why did you think about joining? But almost everybody is like, I'm too busy, or, I don't know enough people, or something along that line. Or I've done this before and it didn't work, or along that line.
I think, oh.
Oh, you have to guess it already.
I'm thinking that.
Oh, there, it must have came out
Mine is just
two
separate.
pages.
Oh.